Welcome to Chaos Podcast. I am your host, Terry Lynn. I am a virtual assistant, bookkeeper, and international business strategist. I love leveling up, creating strategies, and thinking outside of the box, especially with serial entrepreneurs because we are impacting the world with new innovations, community collaboration, and global technology. We will discuss strategies that stifle mental chaos so that you can create habits and outstanding success. Right here on Chaos. Welcome to Chaos Podcast, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Please pronounce your last name for me.
Pampalone.
Pampalone. Okay. I gave you a Pampalone, Pampalone. I was like working it out.
If you're going to say it the Italian way, then it's Pampalone.
Pampalone. Say it again.
Pampalone.
Pampalone. Pampalone?
Yes,
Pampalone.
yes.
You got to have some attitude with that. I love it. So are you Italian?
My husband is.
We'll say that for another show.
That's a different podcast, right?
Yes. Let me read your bio. Elizabeth Pampalone is an international speaker, a successful entrepreneur, and an expert marketer with over 20 years of experience. Her innovative approach helps overwhelmed business owners and burnt-out nonprofit directors to achieve success and freedom, yes, through the power of absolute marketing. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
Busy, but good.
That's
Busy,
a good thing.
Yep.
That's a good thing. And I see you're in your signature green.
I am. Yes.
Let's share your. Yes. Look at that beautiful, 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 beautiful. Girl, you got a lot of hair in your head.
Oh yeah, it's all up here right now.
I love it. How long have you been in business?
13 years.
13.
It's been a while.
What did you do before you did absolute marketing?
Well, my first business was a computer repair business. And yeah, it was very interesting. I didn't think that there was a market for marketing stuff. So I started my own computer repair business. Yep, that's it.
Jax Chick.
Jax Computer Chic. Yep, that's what it was.
You should have left out computer and just put one call. We can fix it all. Your computer chick, the Jax.
Yep.
I love it. Where did you get that branding from, the Jax Computer Chic?
Well, I live in Jacksonville, and the short, they call it Jax. And so when I was building my first brand, I knew that I needed to be relevant to the local area because that's where the business was based. And I didn't do remote stuff. I just did in-person local stuff. So I needed people to know it's local. And then I needed people to know that I was a computer person. And a lot of my clients up until that point had been calling me that computer girl. And so I figured might as well just embrace that and be the Jax Computer Chick. And there was a company in town called the Jax Computer Guys. And I didn't want it to be the computer girls because it was just me. And so I said, well, computer chick, girl, that girl, that lady, so I figured it worked.
I love it. It worked. And the girl's what, from the 50s or something?
And that goes
to be a Lucille Ball.
Yeah. Well, that goes into who my clients were. My clients were all over the age of 50. And I wanted something that would appeal to them. And I loved that era and that kind of stuff. And so I figured, make it something that they're going to go, I remember that I like that. That reminds me of something. And so even back then in the branding, I wanted it to be meaningful in that way to the client. And then the border around it, I told when I worked with a brander to do this, because I didn't know how to brand myself at the time. And I worked with a lady and she said, she asked me a bunch of questions. And one of them, what she said was, what did you want to be when you were a kid? And I said, well, I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to have my name in lights. And so she said, well, we're going to put your name in lights. And so that's what kind of came of that.
Okay, let me see the lights again. Let me see the lights again.
Yep, all the little marquee all the way around.
Cute. Down to the earrings, okay?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I wear earrings every day.
Wow. And that was the computer. So you went from computer to what?
The web design chick.
The web.
I started the marketing company as the web design chick, and my husband came on to the other business to work with those other clients for me. So now I basically had two people, and I could, clone myself. And so he was working on the Jax Computer Chick side, and I was working on the web design chick side. And I was meeting more small businesses, and I was doing, because at the time when I first started, I was just meeting residential clients. I didn't know that other businesses existed. And then I started meeting other businesses, and I realized I can help them with marketing. So that's what I did.
Love it. How many businesses have you had?
Total like 6 or 7.
Okay.
Over the last 13 years.
Okay. And so we did computer, website.
I had a networking company. I had a training company. I did events for networking events. I had an event company for that. Good. And then I had Beyond the Cause, which is our parent company, which does all of the nonprofit websites and marketing. And then we have Absolute Marketing, which is the small business side.
Wow. Y'all hear that this chick is experienced. She knows what
a little
she's
bit.
doing. A little bit, right? You've been busy in those 13 years. What's been your biggest challenge?
I would say probably myself.
Yeah. Ooh, and she realized it. That's half the battle. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I get in my own way a lot. And I find that when I try to overthink it, it makes me blocked and stop and get stuck. But when I just do what I know I need to do and actually accomplish it, and I am consistent, then that's when things start to happen and move forward.
That's when those flowers bloom. Tell us what you tell yourself in your head to block yourself.
Oh, it's this isn't gonna work, or very much in the imposter syndrome does creep up even after 13 years. It's still there, hanging on. It's hanging on, but it's less, but it's still hanging on.
Have you named that imposter yet?
No, and you know what? I don't give it enough credence to give it a name. It doesn't need a name. It's just it shows up, and it's kind of like the salesman at the door. It's like, no, thank you. We're not interested today.
Yeah. I'm like, no.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think that will ever go away, because I've been in business over 40 years, and I still have can't even say it. Imposter syndrome. Wow. So you've had all of those businesses, and have you combined those businesses into this one, or do you keep them separate?
I have morphed it over the years. So Jax Computer Chic started, and then it was Jax Computer Chic that was owned by the Web Design Chick, which was kind of the main company. And then, so things kind of have like evolved here and there as new things come up. And when I developed Absolute Marketing, it was something I'd been doing for pretty much my whole career, but I'd been doing it for myself, not anybody else. And I realized that other small businesses could use the same method, because I was doing websites and branding and all that just like everybody else, the normal way, what the industry says is the typical way you should do things. And I was doing it for myself so differently, and then wondering why my clients were having struggles, and it was hard to get information from them, and it was a difficult process. And then for myself, it was so easy. Then I thought, well, it's just because I know my own business or whatever, but it's because I was using two different processes. And when I started to use my own process with my clients was really when things started to open up. And I was like, everything has to be Absolute Marketing then, because that's what I do now. And now I don't do anything but that.
Absolute Marketing. So what type of services would we be looking for if we were looking for it? Like, what are the SEO keywords for absolute marketing?
Well, it's a 5-day system that allows you to create 1 year of marketing content in 5 days.
Baby. I'm loving that.
Yep, all of it done in 5 days. So we work on branding, website. We create a website from scratch in 1 day. We create 12 months of social media posts in 1 day, 12 months of blog posts in 1 day, and 12 months of email marketing posts in 1 day.
In 1 day.
Each.
12-hour days, 16 days, 24-hour
days.
days.
8-hour days.
8-hour days, baby.
Yes.
So do you do it like 1 day a week?
Nope. It's most of the time when I do a 5-day session, it's one consecutive week. So it's a full week. If you can devote 1 week a year to your business, then you'll have an entire marketing suite done in 5 days. And your brand will be done. Your website will be done. And those things last longer than a year. So really, if you start with your 5 days for your first year, then after that, your maintenance is like 3 days a year.
You promise?
Oh, yeah. I do this all the time for myself. I do this all the time for clients.
You hear that?
I have many video testimonials.
5 days. Like, yeah. I could go away and do that. Like, I can just go away and stay somewhere where it's all quiet. I used to cat sit for someone when they went on vacation, and that's what I would do the whole week they were gone. Sign me up.
I have people come and see me because I live in Florida, and I'm like, hey, come on down, have a 5-day week here. You can have your nights free, and you meet with me from at 9 to 5, and then after that, go out, see the city, have a drink somewhere, whatever you want to do.
No, but y'all can't come with me. No, y'all can't come with me. Y'all got to come another time. No, I'm not sharing her. That is fabulous. That is so fabulous and needed. So once they do that, what is it they have to do on their own?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I don't ask people to prepare. I send them a checklist for all the type A's who must prepare, because I'm one of those people. I'm like, I have to do something, right?
Right.
But really, if they want to bring something, they can. I've had people show up with just their computer and they're like, I didn't do anything. I didn't have time. And I'm like, that's fine. That's fine, because all of the stuff that we do in those days is all built in. So I don't require anything up front. The only thing that I actually kind of do require, I guess I'll take that back a little. I require one thing. I like you to have your passwords so that we're not wasting time trying to log into something,
Yes.
So that's the only thing I'll say. You need to have those passwords. You need to log into that before you meet with me. So this is the correct password, even if it's saved in your computer. I don't care. But just have that password. That's really the only thing can you do that? I mean, that's not too hard, right?
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, as a virtual assistant, I run into that roadblock all the time, and it really stifles me serving you.
Yep.
I'm like, I send you a whole checklist, and then you're wondering why I'm not getting my job done.
It's because the first part is missing, right? Well, now I'll wait with people. Sometimes they won't even do that, and we'll sit there and we'll spend the first 30 minutes finding passwords. But I ask them up front, send me your passwords. So as long as we have that first, then we're good. We're gold. But I actually don't require anything else.
Oh my goodness. You're going to have a whole hotel or something in a minute.
Well, I actually do too, where I'll go to, because I love to travel and some people don't, that's not their thing. And I'll actually go to another city, another location, and I will get the cutest Airbnb, like the best Airbnb ever. And I'll have a nice big workspace. And then they'll come and join me so that it's quiet. They're out of their own element. They're in my element, right? They're in my office, so to speak. And I have an office here locally, which we meet at, or I'll do the Airbnb thing. And it just makes they're so relaxed. We have lunch together. It's so much fun.
We're going to have to turn that into a retreat. See if I can talk my friend into, she has a beautiful house on the water.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
See if I can talk her into letting us do a retreat there for this, because I really think people will come. Are you kidding? 5 days, you're away from everything. 5 days. We can get somebody to cook.
That's right.
And oh my goodness. Yeah, we have to do that. Y'all hear that?
Down.
Get ready. We're gonna do this retreat. We're gonna wait for COVID to lift and everybody get their vaccines and however that's gonna work. And then we're gonna do this retreat. So y'all look for that. Y'all look for that. You are having a book launch in March.
Yes.
Tell us about the book.
It's called Do This First, and we've officially launched it.
You just threw us right there.
Do This First. And it's officially launched in our membership. It's an interactive book. It's one task every single day to make you more consistent, increase your influence, your confidence, and your bottom line.
Bam. I told y'all she been working. She gonna work us to death. We gonna be so good when she finish with us.
Well, I really looked at, like, people are saying, well, how do you do this? How are you so on top of all these things? How are you posting every day? You know, obviously and one of my clients said, well, you eat your own dog food. Well, I think I'm more like the hair club for men guy. Like I'm also a client kind of thing. So, but I do practice my own, what I preach. I do it for myself as well. And so I really looked back at, what do I do every day? And it's second nature to me because I've been doing it for so long. And I've just developed different methods and different ways of doing things. And I realized that not everybody else did things that way. Again, like my absolute marketing ways. And so I thought, you know what? I just need to put all of the stuff I do every single day into a book. And it became this 365 page thing that's all of these tasks, one task a day. It could take you 5 minutes. It could take you 50 minutes. But it's one thing. And if you accomplish that one thing each day, it will be like the monkey off your back, right? It's like, okay, that thing is done. I don't have to think about marketing right now. I don't have to do anything for marketing, because if you did it every single day, then you're going to see results from that. It's just like dieting. It's just like exercising. All of that. You're going to see the results if you do it every single day.
Yeah, because I cleared out part of my room. I was like, okay, let's move this dresser on the other side of the bedroom. Let's put some carpet down here so I can roll out of bed, say my prayers, and exercise. Because I couldn't get any consistency. If you don't do this first, then everything gets you, and you never get back to it.
Yep.
So yeah, is that book available yet?
It is in the membership. So it's in our membership. It's interactive. So it actually emails you your task every day.
Ooh, tell me about the membership.
It is called the Absolute Marketing Club, and we have a free 7-day trial you can find at our website, getabsolutemarketing.com. And I do live trainings. We have guest trainings. I do 80% off my power days, which are my full days. I do group days with people. And we actually sit on Zoom and we're like working and doing social media and doing branding and all that kind of stuff. And I also have all of my videos, all of my courses, all of my ebooks, everything is in this membership.
Yeah. The link will be in this podcast. We want everyone to get a piece of Elizabeth. I don't know if she has enough pieces for us all.
Oh, I do. I totally do. Lots of nuggets.
So did you rebrand with every business, or did you just carry your brand from one business to another? I always have that question because I'm always buying domain names. I went from SWF Consulting, and in that is SWF Bookkeeping, SWF Consulting, SWF Virtual Assistant, to Fortitude Academy, where my virtual assistant business blueprint is right now. And then that's going to expand to classes and things like that for virtual assistants. And then I started automation. I fell in love with Keep, started automation, can't see straight, and branded For You Automation, because I know that a lot of people are looking for you to do it for you, instead of them having to do it for themselves. So I'll do it for you, with you. I teach you how to do it so you can do it for yourself. But and I just rebrand every time I do that. Is that normal? Is that like consistent enough?
Yeah,
Or
I
how's
think
that
so,
work?
because I think when you have a business, it does evolve and you have to evolve with it. I've branded myself at different times and thought, what was I thinking? And I'm rebrand again, And so, and I think that as long as you as a person are also branded, people will follow that, because people follow me, but they also know that I have brands and that I've had brands in the past. So I think as long as you're consistent as saying, I'm still here, I'm still in charge kind of thing, and people will latch onto that brand first, then they'll say, oh, she's doing this now. Oh, she's doing that now. But I think there's also a time when we come to this point where we say, this is my brand. Like there's no reason for me to change from this. Where other ones feel more transient. It's almost like dating, where you feel like, yeah, I'm dating this person right now. I don't really see it getting to marriage and like living 50 years with that person. So we'll just see where it goes, right? Is you gotta have this like really transient, like temporary feeling with it. And then there's that person you just meet and you're like, well, I've never thought about that before. I never thought that this would be like, it's so permanent, right? It's just, you meet the person and you're just like, wow, I feel like this person has been here forever and that they will be here forever. And I think when you find that brand for yourself, it does become that solid thing that's there consistently for the long haul. I don't say that I'll never rebrand again, but when I actually started using Absolute Marketing and I actually started to teach that and show that to my clients and share that with my clients, it really felt like, no, this is my thing. This is what I've been working towards this whole time. And now I'm actually kind of residing in that rather than dancing around it, trying to find it. I actually found it. And it's like, no, this is what I need to be sharing. This is what I need to be telling people. And I need to stick to this. I can't really go outside of that and start playing, right? I need to stay here and really own this piece of it so that I can actually share that authentically and effectively.
Got it. So, okay. Y'all, it's okay for us to rebrand.
Yeah.
We're dating, and then one day we'll find our true love, our soulmate, and we won't brand again. Maybe.
That's right.
Maybe, right?
Probably. It's likely that you won't.
Before we go, give our audience one great, big old, fat, good tip.
Well, I actually have a million of them in my head at all times. And I did something last year that I didn't think I would ever do again. I started podcasting a long time ago and it was so time consuming and I didn't think I liked it. And then last year in February, before everything happened, I decided to start my podcast again. And it's called the Absolute Marketing Podcast. It's 2 minutes, y'all.
It is.
2 minutes.
It is 2 minutes.
And those are where my best tips are. I put one out every single week. And I would love for people to check that out and just listen to all the tips, because I want to tell you all of those right now. They're like all in my head. I'm like, oh, I can tell this one, I can say this one. But there's like a whole repository of them. So I will direct you there, Absolute Marketing Podcast. And it has all my favorite tips in it about money, about, organizing, about social media and email marketing.
And it's everything. 2 minutes, y'all. It is 2 minutes.
Yep.
Now, I saw it on your website. Is it somewhere else, or is it just your website?
It's on Amazon or Apple iTunes. It's on all the different platforms, but you can get to it through the website as well.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you so much for being here, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun.
A joy. And her branding is green, y'all. It is so gorgeous all over her website. Y'all have to go to it. Absolute Marketing. Y'all have to go to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've enjoyed you. If there's anything else that I need to plug into your podcast script and your blog page, please do not hesitate to send it to me.
I will. I'll let you know.
They're going to want to know. Thank you.
Mainly the website, and it has all the links and everything, so you should be good.
Yeah, it's a wonderful website. Y'all going to love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
I want to thank you for listening because this podcast is for you. And don't forget to get your listening gift. You can go to listeninggift.com. That's LISTENING gift.com. Compliments and constructive criticism are welcome. If there is anything you would like me to talk about, just hit me up. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Coach Terry Lynn. That is Coach T as in Tom, ERRILYNN. And remember, create habits and outstanding success with us right here on Chaos.